Hello, 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 hello. Oh, there's a bookshelf back there now. Oh, that
Hello,
happened.
bookshelf.
Oh wow.
Um, this bookshelf will be filling up in the coming weeks, and once it is more full, I will do the as promised to literally ones of people who have requested it. I will be doing the shelf tour. Um, but not for a little while because I have plans, and also I don't know why I'm looking over there because the camera's over here now. I have plans, and it's going to take time for those plans to happen.
But we're scheming.
But we are
Mhm.
scheming. We're planning and a scheming.
I think Moons and Fairy Lights you do.
There are plans for lights. They may not be fairy in nature, but there are plans for lights. There is also a dragon in this cupboard at the moment.
Dragon.
But yes, we don't just have a bookshelf in the background now. My name is John, and I'm here because it's Tuesday, and we're going to play Blades in the Dark at least one more time. And I am joined.
Yeah.
I am joined by Tanny.
I'm here. I'm eating cereal.
Tanny, who would rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Other cereals are available.
So I had.
Also joining us is Random Sean.
Hello.
And our DM, Sean.
Sup, bitches.
The man who is leading us through the chaos.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Or into the chaos. We're not really sure.
Well,
so far,
being honest,
into.
at the moment, I'm not leading you. I'm chasing you through.
Yes. Sorry, my bad.
So last time, we snuck into a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
But not
Through the
mountain.
Through a bit of a town. Secret tunnel. We are, for very good reasons, trying to break into the Dimmer Sisters' lair. Very good reasons being, we don't want to be killed by the person we stole from last time we played the game, Lord Skurlock.
We're breaking into somewhere else.
So we're breaking into somewhere a lot worse to steal something from people who are arguably a lot worse than he is, and there will be dramatic repercussions if they work this out.
But we're smart, okay?
But that's a problem for future us. As the problems of Lord Skurlock at one point were a problem for future us. And now that's come home to roost. We snuck in very successfully. We walked round the first corner and bumped into a load of people.
You did.
But it's fine, because I put a knife into one of them.
You put a knife into one of them.
And then Tanny put a knife into a different one of them.
There are knives for all.
I think Sean put a knife into one of them.
No, Sean put one to sleep, but in a chokehold.
That's equally...
Because she hadn't seen me.
And the final one, I convinced that they had more life to live if they didn't cause a problem and pointed us in the right direction. And then Thunder remembered that he has friends on the other side.
He did.
And so he called upon said friends, friend whose name I definitely remember, Nirix, showed up and took over the fine member of the Dimmer Sisters that we had convinced it was in her best interests not to remember anything, and now can't remember anything because Nyrix is piloting.
Indeed.
So that's good. And we
Yeah.
made it. We made it to the Room of Bones, because all nice secret tunnels have a Room of Bones, don't they?
Everyone.
Only the
Oh.
best ones, John. Only the best ones.
And we found the emerald bones that go with the emerald skull that we'd previously stolen
Of the Emerald Child.
of an
Yeah.
emerald child.
Yeah.
And we managed
Well,
to take the alarm off of its spinal column and ensure that at least for the moment it doesn't go off. How long that dowling will hold is a matter that's still up in the air, but hopefully will be long gone. We stuck all of the bones into a bag, I believe,
I believe that was what was implied.
and we started to leave, and everything was fine, and that's where it ended. Definitely that's where it ended, and it didn't go on any further than that.
Oh, John, it did.
Oh.
It
I was
did,
hoping
because...
if I said different things, it would have come to pass.
No, it didn't, John. It
Oh.
didn't come to pass.
Oh.
As you were about to leave,
We stopped for ice cream on the way home.
the
Oh.
the machine that you saw digging earlier on dug through the wall of the Room of Bones
Yeah, it did do that thing.
and proceeded to change. Like it was morphin time and all that jazz.
It
And
transformed and is preparing now to roll out.
It transformed into a more bipedal shape that is not did not much care for you being here.
It's got
And
lots
so-
of sharp, pointy bits.
And so, yeah, it's coming for you. Oh boy, it's coming for you. And that's pretty much where we left off, with you being starting to be chased
Yep.
by
Yeah.
this machine.
We're in danger.
You are in danger. So yeah, as you see this thing kind of like turn into this bipedal clawed form, and you, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering correctly, proceeded to turn and book it down the tunnel that you came down,
Yes.
Yes.
and it gives chase.
Does it have
You
to?
just- It does have to.
Oh.
You hear the heavy clanking footfalls as it starts powering towards you and after you. More importantly, I'm gonna. There we go.
Oh boy.
And so, yeah, you are running down this corridor as quickly as you can. And in fact, actually,
Oh,
I'm going to reset this clock because, unless, do I have another one? Please hold while I quickly check if I have another one.
Please hold. Your imminent deaths are important to us.
No, I don't have another one. That's fine. So this a 4 o'clock will do for this.
Oh.
So yeah, you are running down this corridor. I feel we need to do certain things here.
Anyone
first
else
of all-
concerned by how he says that?
Oh, because let's face it, you're running down this corridor. This thing is fast, and also you do have Nyrix, who's only just gotten used to legs again.
We're only
Yeah.
like 50-50 on whether Nyrix needs to make it out.
Yeah, true, but still. So I'm gonna want rolls from you all to see how much of a head start, let's say, you have on this thing as you.
Ron, I don't like how he's wording it.
Yeah.
I feel that we
You've
very
got to see how you're gonna do. I really should open up your character sheet so that I can see things. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna want rolls for however you're going to get a good head start on this thing, because this thing is unnaturally. It's not like lightning fast, but it's faster than you would expect something this big to be able to move.
Quick question. Can you hear the background noise? I'm from my...
No, I
can't-
think we're
Not
good.
over the sound of the music.
Okay, cool.
I would like to try and roll a prowl roll, because that does mention run, jump, tumble.
Fucking run!
And at
Yes.
least
I'm
one of
fucking
those is a
around,
thing that I would like to try and do right about now.
Then roll me a prowl.
Risky?
Damn straight it's risky.
Standard? Or limited?
Standard effect.
No!
Oh dear!
No!
Oh, shit.
Well, we'll get on to that in a minute. So I'll need someone else to. I need the other two of you to roll something as well. I mean, prowl makes sense, but if there's anything you can think of to use your other skills that might help you.
I'm just having a quick read to see whether there's anything.
Prowl is the one that makes the most sense to just run. But if there's like something you want to try to attempt to slow this thing down, or think of a better way to get out, or whatever.
The only thing I was trying to think is is there, although given it's gone through the wall, maybe not, would there be something that we could tip over to get in the way of it? If that makes sense, to slow it down as opposed to. But I don't think.
If you want to see if that's a possibility, you can.
I'm just gonna prowl it.
Just gonna prowl it.
Gotta do the runs and the jumps. So we are risky.
You are risky. You are standard effect. If you wish to try and push yourself to gain a dice, or if you want to try for a devil's bargain, you can. But I can't think of what I could offer you.
Push myself is too stressed, right?
Push yourself is
Yeah.
too stressed, and you gain a single dice. You can either push yourself or devil's bargain. You can't do both.
I shall push myself.
Okay.
Take the 2 trauma.
The two stress. Not trauma.
Yeah. I'm closing in on trauma, that's why my brain's at trauma.
You are.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh,
It was worth it.
So worth it.
Cool.
I'm going for it.
And finally, Hicks. What
oh
are you?
boy.
Come on, Danny. You got this.
I'm fucking legging it. I'm prowling that motherfucker.
You're gonna be prowling as well. Do me prowling.
Alright,
can-
position. Risky.
Mission risky.
Standard.
Standard effect.
Nothing. Bonuses.
Nothing going to have.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 6
Oh, thank God.
fucking eat it.
Right.
Can we have some other numbers tonight?
No. I mean, literally, you have only rolled 6s and 2s. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, Mist and Hicks, you just start powering as literally hands flat, just like sprinting down this corridor. And you manage to just start just powering ahead as best you can. Now, Thunder.
Hi.
Bye, Thunder. Bye, Thunder.
Hi.
Um,
I'll
You-
just go now.
you try to do the same. You try to do similar, but you are. I'm trying to think what, because John has said I don't feel he would be too concerned about Nyrix. Would Thunder be concerned about Nyrix?
I feel that Thunder probably would be more concerned about Nyrix than John is. Mostly probably because I feel that Thunder doesn't want a friend of his to go through death a second time.
This is true. So I feel that's probably
That's probably
what has
slowing him
happened is
down.
that you are literally have Nyrix by the hand, pulling her along, and by all means, she's running, and she's doing a good job at running considering new legs, but it's not fast enough. So you start to fall behind Mist and Hicks, and this thing is just. It's the fact that this, as much as it's clanking and as it's like it's almost stooping to get through this tunnel, and kind of like using its hands to kind of like pierce into the wall and pull itself along as well as run. And it's, other than those noises of like the piercing and the scraping and the thudding footfalls, it itself is silent, and that's unnerving as shit. It's like,
Yeah, it is.
it's not making any noises. It's just the noise of it just moving that's filling the corridor. I believe I'm going to say with one of those, we tick down. So you come to the crossroad bit where you got your friend's new vehicle. So you got at this point now, the room where you found where Thunder bumped into the woman, and then we found the other women in the room beyond, is now to the right, and there's the other room that you didn't go near, to the left, and then there's straight on, which is the way out that you know of.
Do we keep going the same direction?
Yeah,
Okay.
go the way we came. We're just getting out of here.
So this is pretty much going to be a lot of getting to a point and me asking you to roll stuff for the most part.
Yep. Cool.
So you managed to stay ahead for now. And yeah, I'm going to want some sort of roll to either keep powering yourself to just keep running, or if there's anything you want to try in terms of any items you might want to use, or if you decide you want to try and use any items, I probably will still want to roll, but
Hey, Sean, there's
You
an
might-
item I'd like to use, and a roll that I think I could make.
what's that, John?
I would like to say that I have sensibly bought with me demolitions tools,
Demolitions tools?
which I feel, and I'm going to double check, probably includes.
No.
Ah,
Sledgehammer, iron spikes, heavy drills, and crowbars.
that'll do.
Ooh.
That'll do.
It's something.
I'm intrigued as to what you're doing with it.
Hang on a second, I'm checking something else real quick. No, that's
I
definitely not.
have a
what
feeling you're probably looking for. I'm trying to gather he's probably looking for explosives of any kind.
No, sledgehammer will do it.
So I'm just quickly making sure. I'm going to gather a burglary kit probably won't have what you're looking
I-
for.
I mean, I'm looking for anything that will unusual weapon, flail,
Make a big dent in it.
large weapon, blunderbuss. You're saying that it's
Yeah.
like pulling itself through the tunnels.
Yeah, it's still running, but because its arms are quite big, it's kind of like rather than just having them kind of like smushed up against it and everything, it's kind of like digging its claws into the wall and kind of pulling itself along as well as running.
Does
It technically doesn't need to pull itself along, but
does
it's
this
doing, and that is helping.
is it causing damage to the tunnels,
It's leaving big kind of
like claw
scraping
marks in the tunnel?
divots. Yeah.
I wish to take the demolitions tools, and apparently I've been carrying a sledgehammer. That's probably one of the reasons that I got slowed down.
Probably.
I would like to try and time it for when it slams its hand into the wall, to try and hammer that thing into the wall.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah,
Now,
I will allow that.
I was going to suggest a tinker roll, but I'm going to say skirmish.
Skirmish, I feel, would probably work. It's you're engaging in close combat with the thing. Yeah, it'll work.
I'm going to push myself for a bonus dice, because, dear Lord, I want this to go well.
Yeah.
Skirmish. So, is this risky?
No. Yes, it's risky.
No. Yay.
Risky business.
Standard.
Standard effect.
1 bonus die. Come on.
Oh god!
Oh dear.
Why? Why must you
dear,
have
dear.
this
Oh
way?
dear.
Oh god! Why? Okay.
I'm just gonna go fix myself a sandwich in the kitchen.
You pull your hammer out, and you stand there. This thing barreling towards you.
I shout to Nyrix, "Don't worry, I have a plan. Keep going. Put one foot in front of the other really quickly. I'll catch up."
She's like I said, she's doing well for someone with new legs, but yeah, she's running as fast as she can. And this thing is like right up to you, puts its hand through the wall, and you swing, but you don't swing hard enough. I feel. Yeah, you don't quite swing like just like the sheer terror of this thing coming towards you just makes you kind of flub it slightly. I say slightly. You flub it, and you swing, but not quite as hard as you feel you should have, and it just clangs off of its hand, and you do make it stop as it looks at its hand, looks at you, and then kicks you in the chest, sending you flying backwards. I am going to want you to take a level 2 harm. What would make sense for being kicked in the chest by a large metallic boot?
At least 1, maybe 2 to 3 broken ribs.
Let's say 2 broken ribs. So just one of the level 2 harm you fill in with 2 broken ribs.
That ain't fucking good.
Plan did
So-
not go well.
So
Regrets life choices.
while this happens, you
Meanwhile,
Mist and Hicks, who are powering through, suddenly see Thunder slide backwards through the tunnel past you
Fucking hell.
and come to, because as I said, past this point, it kind of, the tunnel kind of bends around on itself. He slides all the way to that bend and hits against the wall. Not hard, because him sliding along has slowed him down a fair bit, but he gets to that bend. What are you two doing to get the fuck out of here?
can I? Just as a, I need to think out loud. My brain is really struggling today.
Yeah.
Querying whether it would be possible to use something like climbing gear, perhaps, to create a trip hazard around the corner. So, and use my survey to pick somewhere that maybe it won't be seen, because that's like gather information, opportunities to exploit. Understand what's going on, survey a location situation. So I'm wondering if I can find and place maybe some climbing gear and a rope to create a trip hazard to try and slow it down. I don't know.
You can.
Is it too big for that? Would Mist?
It is very big. It might get it to it won't. You can tell right away. It won't get it to like fall down and have to try and clamber back up. But it might make it at least stumble.
Yeah. Just if I can get some slowing on it. So it was either that or the burglary gear, which has got like a coil of wire in it, but I think that's smaller wire.
Yeah, the coil of wire will do anything to it.
So I'm kind of thinking like grappling hooks, rope, set of iron pitons, that kind of thing in the climbing gear might help for that.
Yeah.
Would I be able to survey that?
I would allow for surveying to pass for you finding the perfect place for it and getting it. Depending on how well you roll.
Yeah. Okay.
You might be able to get it all set up as well.
So I will put the climbing gear into my bag.
Yep.
Roll a survey. We're still at risky.
Still at risky.
And still at standard.
Still at standard.
Cool. I'm not going to push myself because this is just.
Yeah, you're getting very close to.
Yeah.
The fuckery town. Oh my dear giddy aunt.
Oh dear.
I'd like a refund on my dice, please.
No.
This game hates you, John.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff like this happened last time.
I think you're
Yeah.
right.
It's like, oh yeah, Mr. GM boy,
Oh.
you want to try to escape the GM life, bitch?
No, apparently I live there now.
Get back in the GM chair.
So you charge forward and you charge around the corner, and you look around and you happen to find like a sturdy kind of, not huge outcropping, not like it's fucking massive, but something like a sturdy lump of rock that's in the wall, and you can tell that's a good place for it. And you see another one, not directly adjacent to it, but kind of like a little bit further down, like a tiny bit further down, like I don't know, maybe like 3 foot further down on the other side. And you can determine that if you were to attach the rope and the grapples and things to those two, it would probably be enough to make, like I said, won't make it fall, but it will at least possibly make it stumble.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And because you rolled a 6, you just quickly, literally, like, tie the rope to the pitten, smack it into one, keep running, smack it into the other, and it's there, it's secure,
Cool.
and you hop the rope and keep powering through.
Sweet.
Hicks,
Fuck.
what you doing? You've just seen Thunder slide by.
Yeah. Don't know how to make that one.
Single thumbs up. Just, I'm fine.
Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
Who needs ribs?
No, I'm good. Oh God.
I don't know whether I should go back or not. Save the poor fella.
I'm ahead
But
of you.
At the moment,
You're ahead of me. Alright, I'll just fucking leg it still.
you were sprinting down, and he slid by backwards.
You
Having
basically
been,
got thrown past
having,
us.
having been booted past you.
I caught up.
Well, I don't
So-
think, keep going.
So you're gonna run past Thunder to just keep going.
Well, if he's sliding forward, I'm fine with that.
Like he's stopped. Like you're going around the corner.
Okay,
He's-
never mind. I'm gonna have to.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm gonna have to pick the guy up and fucking make him go forward even more.
Then roll me something that would entail getting him up and getting him moving.
Okay.
Getting both of you moving, technically.
Well, let's see. I could probably. It's either I can. No, I don't think Prowl can work, but it does potentially mean I can pick him up and just pull him a little bit to go forward. That could either be Prowl or Skirmish. It's one of these two that could help.
Skirmish is more for close combat,
And I'm basically being close to him to grab him and push him forward to keep going ahead.
and if with that, I probably would allow Skirmish.
Yeah, if not Prowl, probably the best bet.
Prowl would work as well. I think Prowl or Skirmish. I think everything else is.
You know,
working
I'm going to go Prowl only because it makes more sense, and plus I have a higher chance of. I'm not going to say anything, just in case I literally kick myself in the foot. Right, okay. Position risky.
Risky, standard effect.
Yep. No bonuses.
No bonuses, unless you wish to push yourself or take a bargain. Never mind.
Pretty good.
You do get him up. You heft him to his feet, and you start running, both of you. But obviously, having just received 2 cracked ribs, Thunder is struggling, and even with you picking him up and trying to help him along, you are slowed a bit by it. So we're now at a point where Hicks is quite far ahead. Nyrix is probably next round because she, like I said, she is still moving pretty good, but not that great. And then behind that is Hicks and Thunder. And I'm not going to make you roll for it because I am a benevolent champ. You all get over the rope that Mist has placed.
Yay.
But with that as well, I'm going to say, considering mixed success and the double 1, I'm going to say I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
So you are all running down this corridor still, and as this thing reaches the rope put across it kind of skids around the corner as it's like just going, it kind of like smashes into where Thunder hit the wall and just keeps going, like scrapes along the wall and then just keeps running and gets to the rope. Its foot snags and it does stumble. Like I said, doesn't fall, but does get a little bit further back than it was.
Cool.
Right, boy.
So you've done that. You now get to, you say, still just sprinting down this corridor, running, all of you running as fast as you can. You get to the original T-junction where you saw this machine originally.
Yeah.
So this would be now because I believe when you were coming in, it was to the right, so now it's to the left, which now as you get to this point, there is a clean tunnel that leads into the bone room. So if you want to go back to the bone room, you you get to this point, and I'm going to want. Yeah, I'm gonna run a roll of something from each of you again to either try and slow it or just keep powering through or whatever you want to do.
Can I make a rules request, Sean?
A rules request?
Rules clarification.
Yes.
Stress and trauma.
Stress and trauma?
So, if all of my stress gets coloured,
yeah,
there are then 4 pips of trauma?
Yeah. When you completely fill up on
same. So
when you completely fill up on stress, you gain a trauma.
Right.
So you will gain one of these words next to trauma: cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, blah 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 blah. And you will mark a point of trauma. You will mark one of those words, and your character will have that trauma.
Right.
And you will role play accordingly. That you're now cold, or you're now haunted, or you've gone soft, or whatever. I believe in terms of stress, if you do fill it up and gain a trauma, you essentially, weirdly, in this situation, you would technically run away.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just get very stressed.
And would technically no longer be part of this.
Right.
And essentially, your character fucks off for a solid while and blows off all the steam. They said you gain the trauma, but you come back with no stress.
Right.
Because you essentially are forced to go on a bender almost to completely de-stress yourself.
So basically, don't get fully stressed right now.
Don't get fully. It's the same. It's basically essentially just another form of health. Like if you take 4 pips of trauma, your character goes. It's the same. They're not dead, but if they gain 4 trauma, they're essentially
out of it.
They retire. They mentally can't handle this work anymore and retire.
To put it into the rules of a different system that uses the same sort of mechanics, it's like taking 4 scars in Candela.
Yeah.
You might not actually be dead, but
you're no longer able to do the job anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. I'm going to keep running now.
Keep running.
I'm not going to do anything different, not do anything special, not going to take stress. I've pushed myself as much as I feel comfortable pushing myself at the moment. I want to save a final pushing for possible later things. I'm just going to roll a single prow dice.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a 1 or a 2.
We
or a 3.
just learned, John, that you shouldn't say things about your time.
No, I should tell other people to roll. I'm gonna roll. I don't know. How do I tell it I'm rolling a 1?
Well, maybe if I do. Whatever you do, John, don't roll a 6.
Okay.
Go and roll a 6.
Don't roll a 6, whatever you do, John.
I rolled a 6, guys.
Nice.
100%. It's listening.
I'm sorry, Sean. I rolled a 6. I know you said not to, but
John, what did I say?
I'm sorry.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you, John?
I just,
God damn it, John. Oh, now you stand a chance of surviving. God damn.
Curses.
So yeah, you're in pain, and like breathing hurts.
Who needs that?
But you manage to just push it down and try to you start trying to think of just anything at all, anything in the slightest to just take your mind off of the pain. Primarily, God damn it, run, there's a giant fucking thing behind me.
That really hurt the first time. It's not getting a second.
And you just start powering yourself through, and you start just like sprinting. And even with Hicks like beside you, like at first helping you along, you manage to just start just doing it on your own, and Hicks doesn't need to help you.
If he catches up with Nyrix, he grabs the hand and starts pulling along again.
With a 6, I'm allowing it. Yeah, you catch up with Nyrix and you start pulling her along, and managing to give her decent amount of speed boost to the point of like she's able to now kind of match you. So you're okay for now. One of the other two, Hicks or Mist. What are you?
I didn't realise it was called Hicks or Mist.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
I used my 2 foresight assist teammates thingies before, didn't I?
I know you used 1. I'm trying to think if you used the second one.
I can't remember, and there's no way to tick it off, which
Yeah,
was frustrating.
I should like. Yeah, it doesn't help that the clocks you can put down are only like minimum of 4.
Yeah.
You know what? Because we can't remember, I'm going to give you 1.
Okay.
So you've used 1. You can have another one. Because, like I said, I can't remember. None of us can remember.
Yeah,
so.
I know you definitely did use 1 doing the lock picking
Yeah.
on the thing, and I can't remember.
So I can't remember. So yeah, you've got 1 to use.
I think I'm gonna have to do a prowl. I've not got any skills in it.
Do a heckin' prowl. Okay.
Do I push myself?
You can push yourself if you want.
I've got 3 stress pips left before I hit trauma.
Yep, same.
Do I risk it?
I think all of you are exactly the same amount of stress currently.
So that's risky. Is
but you could always ask for a bargain.
I'm trying to think what I could do as a bargain.
Well, It's either, like I said, either I can think of something, or the other two can think of something if they want to, as a price to be paid for your extra dice, or in this case, your only dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really don't want to roll in the negative, like the lower dice.
Yeah.
What is it that you need?
Like-
Devil's bargain. I'm querying about whether to do. I think I am gonna have to do it. I don't really want to use the trauma.
What is the roll you need to do?
Prowl.
They need to do a prowl. But
Is there a chance I can help you? I can stress.
It would cost you a stress to do that.
That's fine.
Then you can take a dice from Hicks helping you. How
Okay.
are you helping Hicks? I will ask that
I'm
first.
basically I'm still running down, and I'm assuming you're still running, correct? So my
Yeah.
brain's.
Everyone
I'm basically
is
like trying to
We're
push
all
you a
just
little bit, like
legging it.
come on, keep fucking going.
So
Keep just pulling you along, pushing
So
you,
I'm
pulling you
not
along.
good at the prowling.
so Hicks is
Encouraging.
encouraging you to just keep fucking running.
Keep
Okay.
fucking going. Keep fucking
Cool.
going.
So that is risky.
Risky, standard effect, 1 bonus dice.
1 bonus dice.
And don't
And
roll a
hit.
6.
God!
Don't roll a
Damn
six.
We were too slow
Well-
in telling you.
Just
Okay, so
you
I call
run.
bullshit.
I'm actually going to not go into that yet. I'm going to ask for what Hicks is doing first.
How far are we to? Like, how far are we to the exit?
You are literally, in terms of the landmarks you came across, you have
Okay.
this T junction where you originally saw this machine, and then after that there is the rope bridge, and then after the rope bridge is the dock where Chip is waiting for you.
Right.
Yeah, Chip.
Chip and Dale.
Rescue
Chips it.
Rangers.
So literally, you just need to get past this, past the rope bridge, and to the dock.
Right. Okay. Left.
I feel like I need to save my help for getting Thunder potentially. I don't know though.
Because Thunder's been doing well.
Hey, I have a point in Prowl at least.
Yeah,
True.
you're the unsneaky one here, man.
Yeah. I didn't realise quite how much Prowl was going to be used.
Yeah,
Prowl is used an awful lot, I'm finding.
it does seem to be sort of the god skill.
Because it's like, in terms of like sneaking and running
Just
and
running
jumping,
in general.
it's like it's used a lot. Anyway, Hicks, what you doing?
I'm gonna keep fucking going towards the fucking chip. I
Just
need
gonna-
to.
You just need to see that beautiful face of his again.
Yes, pretty much so.
So
I don't feel like there's anything we could do. It's just like keep going, really. Run,
just
fucking run,
keep
run.
running.
There was a bridge somewhere, wasn't there? Have we gone
We're
past
coming
that
up to
already?
the bridge.
Literally after this T junction is the bridge.
Okay. So start sabotaging the bridge, maybe?
To be
You're not-
honest, it depending on
When
how
we get
heavy
there.
he is.
But we're not
Not
quite
yet.
there yet.
Not at the bridge yet. You can't do anything to the bridge yet.
I don't know, I'm gonna keep running. Alright, so
Roll.
prowling it again.
Prowling it.
Risky,
Risky,
standard. No dice.
No dice.
There we go.
Cool. So you you go sprinting down. You go sprinting past the T-junction, and you can Thunder and Hicks, Thunder, and Nirix technically can all see the bridge. It's like within sniffing distance at this point. And as you are all running down, you just hear the sound of kind of a thud of a shoe on rock, and the sound of a person falling.
Uh-oh.
And mist has fallen over.
No!
And
I'm in danger.
And this thing is, well, by all means, it got slowed down by the stumble, further back. It is very close now. And as that happens, you just start hearing bells ringing from conveniently, the tunnel. Bless you.
Wow.
The tunnel that the machine dug earlier, you hear a bell from in there,
Oh, the
and
bone room.
from further down the tunnel, and from multiple places echoing along the tunnels.
Oh, did the thing finally break?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, there's that now.
Yeah, we fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we fucked.
We fucked. I'm not going to be awfully mean. I'm going to say that, Mist, yes, you fell over, literally fell over, not like stumbled, you fell down.
Yeah.
But you do pick yourself back up, because I'm going to assume you're not just going to lie there.
Yeah, no, she's not just taking a nap.
Right, so you do pick yourself back up, and start fucking running again.
Yep.
And
we're legging it.
And as group, you make it to the rope bridge, leading over this, like I said, not giant pitfall, but sizable pitfall. And yeah, you've got this bridge. I'm not even going to make you even go run across. You get across the bridge, all of you. But this thing is hot on your heels.
How is bridge supported?
Ropes.
We can see
it's kind of like
said ropes.
It's kind of like standard. So it's kind of like stakes driven into the ground, and it's like standard rope bridge. So it's like tied at the bottom, like the slats of the bridge along, and then above that, on the same post, technically, is another rope that goes along as a kind of handhold.
I feel like Thunder would start to make use of his dagger at this point.
Yeah.
And start cutting rope.
Yeah, and you've already got your blade or two, so yeah. Make me roll how well.
Tinker.
Skirmish or Tinker or Wreck, but I suppose technically Wreck is not really your jam.
Nope.
So
I want one of the things I have a pip in.
That's being a weasel, John.
Only if we do it unreasonably.
I mean, I will say that Tinker is more like devicey rather than cutty. I will allow skirmish, but this is bordering on the weasel.
I will skirmish the ropes. Ha! Ropes.
Ah, ropes.
Ha!
So still risky, still standard. Go.
I know that we've suggested that the others can suggest a devil's bargain.
Yeah.
Can I suggest the devil's bargain?
Yes. And it's up to me if I find it acceptable or not.
Mr. Devil, my bargain is...
Yes.
If I take this devil's bargain and roll a mixed success on it, thunder is on the bridge when it breaks.
Oh. Yes.
Risky, standard, 1 bonus dice. Well, I'll let you decide what that means for the devil's bargain.
Well,
Now,
yeah.
you specified mixed success.
Yeah,
So even though
I assumed a failed success, a failure meant that he didn't manage to do the thing, but I'll let you decide what that means.
No. you specified mixed, and that is by the letter of the law. You try, but these ropes are thicker than you thought they were, and they are decent quality rope. And so you're trying to cut this thing as hard, as quickly as you fucking can, and it's cutting, but it's slow going. So you've not plummeted to your death yet.
Yay!
But you have begun the cutting procedure. Mist/Hicks.
Oh god.
I'm trying to think how I could use what I've got skills in to see, because I'm really struggling to remember what they do. Study is useless to me in this situation.
Study is to study a person, document, or item.
Yeah, so that's...
Survey would be to survey a location, a situation, to understand what's going on, or sense trouble, or gather information.
Survey, maybe. Finesse, sleight of hand. No, that's too subtle and doesn't fit. And consort and sway don't work because they're both people
I feel you trying to convince the rope.
Yeah.
Won't do much.
Please, rope.
Come on, rope. Just behave. Can I support Hicks to do something with the rope? Tanny, have you got any ideas for Hicks? For trying to take the bridge out?
Let's see, do I have anything in my So what is the bridge made out of again?
It's rope and wooden slats.
We want to take it out, okay.
Technically 4 wooden posts as well, but
Well, I would like to say that at some point I got a blade or two.
okay.
And try a heavy butcher's cleaver.
Yeah.
I proceed to try and chop it.
Chop. So you're going to attempt a choppy chop. What are you going to attempt to use with choppy chop? In terms of thing to roll.
Yeah, don't know whether it can be honestly. Wreck applies item obstacle with savage force or cavity applied sabotage, breach defense. Might try and do a wreck.
I think what Tanny is saying is, I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna fucking destroy the thing with my knife.
Wreck it.
And I've got
Okay.
my one support.
Oh,
You wish to help with that because obviously you've got foresight. You can do it for free rather than spending a stress.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
So
I'm wrecking it.
other than that, so you'll have 1 dice with wreck, unless you wish to push yourself or take a bargain.
I'm gonna do a bargain.
I feel the same bargain that Thunder took.
Just want to take a bargain.
Can I
On a
remind
mi-
Tanny what that was?
Go ahead.
What did you do?
On a success with consequences or a mixed success, Thunder was going to be on the bridge when it collapsed. If you
Yes.
take this, Hicks will be on the bridge when it collapses. If you
Yep.
don't roll a 6.
That's fine.
Okay. The bargain is underway.
Alright,
That's 2
precision.
bonus dice.
You get 2 bonus dice, risky,
Right.
standard effect.
And I get 2 bonus dice.
2 bonus
Okay.
dice, 1 from hit, 1 from missed, and 1 from the bargain.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, boink.
Oh,
That is
The dice have
most
spoken.
certainly not a mixed success.
It is not. So with this, you have Thunder trying to cut away at the thing, and it's just like maybe his knife's dull, maybe he didn't sharpen it well, maybe he's stabbing 2 people or stabbing a
I only stabbed
person.
one person.
Maybe stabbing a person has maybe caught on their like their clavicle or something, and
Damn it,
just didn't.
Mildred.
But you just like you see this and you just kind of push him out the way and just whack your cleaver down, and the rope snaps and just one side of the bridge just lurches
Yeah.
as the machine steps onto the bridge, and it just loses its footing. What arms flail as it tries to grab at the walls, but doesn't, and you just hear it smash against one wall and screech down and then fall, and it just disappears into the dark.
Oh.
amazing.
Then
You shall not pass.
Bitches.
a whip flies out of the top.
Oh, what's it from you to say there, you little bitch?
So the bells are still ringing through the tunnels, but this thing, at least at the moment, isn't an issue. I'm going to
Continue
assume
run.
you turn and run for the dock.
Yes.
Yup.
You turn and run for the dock. You get there, and the boat is still there.
Oh my god.
Bloody lucky.
It
And
was.
just have the smiling, happy face of Chip. Hello, friends. How's it going?
As we're hopping aboard, it's gonna be a case of like we need to go now before he can even start talking to us.
Oh, right,
Found a
friends,
new
don't worry.
friend.
Oh, hello, new friend. How are you?
Row the boat.
Oh, right, no, right. Don't get your knickers in a bunch. He just pulled like he had tied the rope to the dock, and just with one little effortless tug, it comes undone. He pulls it in and starts punting off back down the way you came down.
How? I don't know, but he saved our lives that day.
Xavier. He is MVP.
Abe.
Hunt.
And he starts punting down. I think I described last time, it kind of dip, like the canal, like the hidden canal that you going down, did kind of like go downhill a little bit, but not enough that it would be impossible to get back up. Just on the more strenuous side, but Chip, being Chip, just like he's like punting faster than he was when he was coming down and coming up and taking you to this hidden canal. But he's like punting, but not breaking a sweat, not looking strained at all, just smiling happily as he punts along.
As you do.
And as you disappear into this tunnel, you do hear the sound of shouting and crying out from the dock behind you, as some of the sisters have been alerted by the bells.
Good.
And did at least go by the dock, but you had gotten out, you had gotten past, and into the darkness of the tunnel. And he punts away and you all are just breathless, catching your breath, trying to get air into your lungs, trying to breathe through broken ribs.
Just collapses into the back of the boat. Just leaning up against both sides of the boat.
And he just... So all go well then, friends? He's just punting on.
Swimmingly.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
mean,
made a new
we're
friend.
in one piece.
Yeah, of course, you all made it in one piece. That's the main thing. Oh, you got to be thankful for the little things in this life.
Nerix, this is Chip. Chip, this is Nerix.
Pleasure to meet you. He gives a firm handshake. Don't worry, friends, we'll be out of here soon enough.
Cool.
And
Very much appreciate that.
and it starts to the hill that he's kind of like punting you up, finally kind of comes to a leveled bit. Like, there's obviously the water is still trying to like trickle down, but you've gotten to the flat of this tunnel, and just continues punting along until you get to the kind of the hidden door that you came through.
Oh yeah.
To get into here, and slowly just like glides out, and as he goes past, as he gets, because obviously he's at the back of the boat, as he gets out and goes past, he just like takes his rod and just pushes the door shut, and you come. Where's the map? There it is. You come back to the city proper. I think this is the right map. Is this the right map? It is the right map. Yeah. So you make it back out to this main kind of waterway here, and he hasn't come like all the way out into the river. He's kind of like hugged the bank, like hugged the wall of the canal, and you hear a lot of footfalls and a lot of running around and things from above you, like along like the streets.
Stay low.
And like you just hear like lots of like kind of orders being barked, and like hobnail boots like running by, and yeah, like a lot of activity up there.
Yep, definitely staying low then.
but most important, the voices you hear, because obviously the voices you heard as you were leaving the dock in the hidden canal were all female, because the Dimmer sisters, they're all female.
Yeah.
There are some women's voices, but there are a lot of men as well.
Okay.
And a lot of, like I said, a lot of orders being barked, a lot of official, just cordon off that area and make sure this. So yeah, because you do remember, one of the people that Hicks spoke to last time.
Yes.
So
You might have given them some hints.
you did rather. So
Merrick's, I suppose I should have asked. Is there a limit to how long you can stay there?
as long as I kind of keep her down, I can stay in here as long as I want, really.
I feel you should probably give it like a day. Have some fun.
Okay.
Let her wake up somewhere she probably wouldn't on her own.
Okay. You want me to pop out now and start? Or...
Let us get somewhere like dock-like first.
Okay. Just kind of like just looking around and kind of sniffing and things.
Remember what it's like to have the flesh.
It's nice. And she kind of like just like sits back down, like she's like just like gets comfortable in the boat and just like she starts like pinching her hand.
Aw.
And Chip is like, not liking the sound of this, lads. It's like, lads and ladies, sorry. A lot of activity up there.
Yep. That's why we're down here.
I mean, yeah. Do you want me to try and peek, see if I can see if there's a reason they're so riled up?
Whatever it is, as long as we're not involved, we're fine.
I think, yeah, staying low and
He proceeds to like kind of like from the wall of the canal, kind of like scoops up a bunch of like weeds and stuff, and just like kind of like takes his hat off and kind of like mushes all the weeds and things around his hat, and just puts it back on, and kind of just like slowly kind of he like crawls higher up the wall until just the top of his hat, and his eyes are out, and he just sits there for a little bit. And then slides back down. And there's 2 spirit ravens up there. What happened down there?
you know, for your sake, it might be better just not to ask, if I'm honest.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, but you know, you've not just got the blue coats up there. You got the spirit guard. You got the spirit wardens up there too.
There's all sorts going on down there. And it's not a place you want to be.
That's like it's like the spirit wardens only would come if someone been killed.
Yep.
Wouldn't think too much on it.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Tell you
There
what,
was little choice, unfortunately.
tell you what, he kind of like pulls at this this rolled up thing that he's like underneath where he normally would sit on the boat. He pulls out this big roll. He said, "Right, I got a tarp here. If you all hide under the tarp, I'll try and get you all out of it."
Yeah. Thanks, but we really owe you.
Yeah, you do. Trying to think.
We'll get out of here and then we'll settle it.
Trying to think what I can do to get you all out of here. I'm gonna want one of you to make a roll to try and convince him of a way of getting you out, to boost his confidence, to make him believe he can get you out of here.
So I could either try and survey us a way out of here, potentially. Understand what's going on, sense trouble before it happens. If that would help him. Either that, for consort with connections from your heritage background friend, does that mean that I have to speak to them now, or can I flash back to having spoken to them? How does that work?
Well, consort with connections of your heritage background friends. Gain access to resources, information, people, or places.
Could I do that to get an understanding of maybe an escape route?
I mean,
from a friend or something?
With that, it's that I would say that you don't need to flashback or anything for it, because you're from Akaros, which is where Duskfall is. You're from Duskfall, so you know this city.
Yeah.
You may not know the waterways and byways as good as Chip, but you can at least kind of like try and give some little choice morsels of information of like, they don't tend to do such and such. Or
yeah, could we try going this way? Is that an option?
Yeah.
Do a bit of the troubleshooting with him, essentially.
And I'm actually going to change my mind. I want each of you to roll something, and I will take the successes and failures into account as to what he will do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to consort it then. I haven't used consort yet, I don't think.
Then you can try consorting.
Are we risky?
It will be I was going to say controlled, but you are still in a pretty risky situation, so yeah, risky.
Okay.
And standard effect.
Standard.
Well then.
Yeah.
Oof.
And Thunder and Hicks, what are you going to do to try and bolster Chip as he tries to get you out of here?
I don't know. Hicks ain't the one who likes to do this kind of stuff. That's why Miss does the job.
That's why Miss does it. I don't know what I'm doing.
I can try to roll a command check.
You could try command. You could try. You could try command. You could try commanding him. You could try
either command or studying, or if you can be convinced that I can attune to the ghost field and learn anything, I will happily roll an attune roll.
I will allow you to attune. You're in a heckin' haunted city, so yeah.
I will
I
attempt
think I might.
attune to the spiritual field and
Then
try to find out some way to get the F out of here.
Then roll that thing. Risky standard. Good.
Well,
And finally Hicks.
Yep, I think I'm going to sway him. Sway someone with charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluff. Change attitudes and behaviors with manipulation or seduction. So basically, I could just sway him with the logic, like, maybe we should do this. So I'm going to try and sway it.
Try and sway.
Sway with me. It's a position, it's risky.
Risky situation, standard effect.
And no bonus dice. No, thank you.
Jesus.
See, there's the numbers. There are other numbers. There are the other numbers.
There are the other numbers. But you did get at least one partial success. What would that mean then? So he's kind of just like, as he kind of like gets this tarp out for you, and he's kind of like puts his hands on his hips as he tries to try and, you can see him. He's still smiling and still very happy, but you can see you've been around Chip enough through multiple universes to know that he's having a good old ponder about how to get you out of here. So Mist, you come forward and you try to, like, using your knowledge of Dostval to kind of like suggest other alternative routes. But he's like something. He's too nice to say it, but you get the feeling that you've probably given some wrong information. And he knows it's wrong. But still, he takes it on board. Hicks, you try to convince him of, like, what were you trying to convince him with sway?
I just see, like, there's a logic to it. Like, maybe it's best we go for it and just try. I'm not a person to convince very well, but
Evidently. So yeah, you try to, like, convince him of like the a good point to go and what to look out for, I think. But once again, he's just kind of like, I don't really know if that's a good idea, really. Now with Thunder, you with a 5. I'm going to say that you kind of reach out into the field to see if there's any spirit helper or spirit willing to assist. And you reach out and you find one, but you find you can't reel your mind back in, and you find another one, and another one, and another one.
Oops.
And you find a lot of them, but you can't attune them to the point of bringing them in to ask anything. You do, however, from above you, hear, oh, spirits, and a whistle blow, and the sound of much running and panic and attempts at, like, you hear what sounds like battle occurring above you. You've inadvertently summoned a fuck ton of spirits in the local area and have thrown the blue coats and the spirit wardens into a panic and into a they're embroiled in other affairs now. So you have assisted.
I've made a distraction. Let's go.
All right, under the top.
Act
And he,
naturally.
of course, I know. And he gets you all under the tarp, and he slowly starts punting away. So you can't see this, you're under a tarp, but be assured, you start slowly punting away, just being really nonchalant about it, being really slow. And
Don't see anything here.
and just trying not to cause any sort of attention to himself as he punts off down this. I'm on the right layer, aren't I? Yeah, on this, just down here. And which way would be the best way for him? I feel he'd probably go, because he's going. If you're trying to get back to the docks and things, he'd go north and up here, which still takes him like a long 6 hours, which is where he's trying to get away from. But finally manages to turn the corner as you get of that. You've not managed to like summon every spirit in 6 hours, but in that particular area you summoned a decent amount of spirits, which caused a bit of a kerfuffle.
Whoops.
And as soon as he gets to like this intersection, he deliberately tries to like float closer to the charter hall side, to like this area, to make it look like he's come from there rather than Six Towers. So that in case any watch do look out into the canal, they'll think, nah, he's probably from that side. He's not on this side.
That's a good egg.
But he does manage to, as soon as you get round this corner and like kind of get to this kind of bend here, he kind of says, right, we should be okay now. And he pulls the cover, the tarp off of you. Oh,
Where were we meeting Skurlock?
I
Good
don't
question. Where were we meeting him?
I believe he implied that you were to essentially message him.
Oh, yes.
Let's get Runt on that.
Yep.
If we can get dropped back off closest to the hideout,
Of course.
that would be amazing.
He punts along, like all the way through until you get to about here. There's like he pulls up to like a little jetty, a little tiny dock, and he pulls up there and kind of like lashes the rope around to kind of hold the boat steady as you all get off. Well, been a pleasure.
As always.
As we get off the docks, just remind Nerex. Nerex, 24 hours. And then you've got to go back.
Of course. Where's a bar?
The Lanky Leviathan is that way.
And she just starts like toddling off, just like excited, like a child being let loose in a toy store. Just charges down the street.
Oh, Nerex, take this. Toss her a coin's worth of funds.
Thanks. And she...
Make sure she can't remember as much as you can.
Okay. And she runs off down the street. And...
I would... What was the agreement that we had with Chip for transport? Like, how does that normally work with him when we've... Does he just help us out? Do we pay him? What's the deal?
I think
you can
invoice
pay him
is
if you want,
14 days later.
but it's like if pretty much it's, I think at the moment with the last jobs you did, he was helping out the Lampblacks. With this, you can either pay him or he will accept a favor at a later date if necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mist will give him 2 gold or 2 coins. And will offer him, if she comes across any information that might be useful to him, and the work that he does, she will let him know.
Please hold.
Oh dear.
Why can I never find the people that I want to find? Where are they? Where are they?
Where indeed?
There
When
they
are
are.
they? Have they been located?
Yeah.
Mason.
Well, he takes your coin. He says, "That's very much appreciated." And if there's any information that me or my group might want, we'll be sure to ask you about it.
Well, yeah, do my best to give you what information you need. If I hear anything of use, I'll let you know.
Yep. Anything we might find useful. He kind of gives his nose a tap.
Yep, noted.
Right. Well, the night's young. And he punts off away from the dock and just does a Yui and just starts heading back down towards like Crowsfoot and things like that. And you are left on the side of the canal,
Wondering what the hell just happened.
Yep.
Struggling to breathe with a little bit of blood trickling out the side of the mouth.
Yeah, you need to go sleep, bud. Like, have a good rest, and
Yeah, I think I won't do that in the streets though. That's uncomfortable, and I've done it before.
Yeah, no, you want like proper bed.
We'll
and
get
stuff.
back to the. There's plenty of chaise lounges at the base.
so many chaise lounges.
I just want to borrow like 1 or 2.
So you
We'll
head
like
on
set them up in a nice formation for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you head on back to your hideout,
Yes.
and
We're doing the heckin' hiding out.
you God, that particular song is really bloody
It really
loud.
builds.
Move it down a little bit more. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah, you head back down. You head back to the hideout, and you get in. Yeah, you get back, no problem, and you plonk Thunder down on a chaise longue or 3.
I feel like we wouldn't be contacting Skurlock straight away.
Okay.
We would probably wait until the morning, partly just so that some of what's going on can die down.
Yeah.
But partly also so that, people can have had a bit of a rest.
If I remember
Like,
correctly,
we might let him know
we
that
went
we've
in
done it.
early morning. So
Yeah.
we won't let him know until the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have a rest. Gotta
Yeah.
get the healths back up and all that.
That takes time. So I will allow
Just get a bit more air in the lungs.
Trying to think, because technically we're right near the end of what I was wanting to do. So I'm not.
I mean,
going to...
if he wants to invite himself, that's a different matter.
I'm dying out. By water.
Please hold while I see if he would do such a thing. If I could find my damn... I would do that, but I seem to have misplaced my dice bag.
Uh-oh.
God damn it, can't find it. Let's do a dice roller, which isn't as fun. So you spend, because like I said, like was mentioned, you went in the kind of early hours of the morning. So by the time you get back to your base, it's getting on for like, it's still early because like you went very early morning.
Yeah.
So it's probably morning now. But you spend a few hours, you get some sleep, and you your ghost butler potters around, brings you tea, and makes idle conversation wherever he can. Oh, the weather's been rather poor lately.
Yes, it has. It has indeed.
But,
They're rather standard these days, if you think about it.
Oh, hey, the weather suddenly started being poor.
The poor weather, no! It's like during the like early afternoon, it begins to rain and just continues raining for
And then rains some more.
And it then rains some more. And there's, and as it's been raining so much, if you start, there's a drip that's from your roof. It's probably one of the gutters has gotten full and it's started to drip. But it's like relatively close to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dripping. You're getting like a little puddle there, and it's annoying. But you'll get it done when it stops raining. But and it's been a good few hours goes by, and then there's suddenly a knock on the door.
Jeeves, could you get that?
He kind of floats along and goes to the door. He tries to open the door, his hand passes through it. He says, nope. He kind of concentrates.
Runs over there.
Pardon?
Opens the door.
Was that Hicks goes to the door?
I go to the door, the Hicks goes to the door.
Okay, Hicks goes to the door, and Jeeves says, I'm very sorry, Brad. And he floats off, and you open the door, and no one's there.
I look down just in case.
There's no one there.
Not even Runt.
Not even Runt.
Is there a
But
box
then,
or anything?
but then, the other two see something. You don't. As behind you, like right behind your ear, Hicks, what you looking at?
Oh, fuck.
And
Is it who I think it is?
it's the grey-skinned, sharp-toothed, black-eyed.
Oh, that babe.
and she just stood behind, like, even though like the voice came from right behind your ear, she has stood. Doesn't seem to have been have stood back up or anything. It's like literally right, like a fair, like about a good like 2 foot away from you.
Fuck.
What? Didn't you miss me?
Shut up.
For the other two, you saw her materialize out of the puddle.
And
then-
thank you.
Ask that.
Travel by puddles, do you?
Water.
Puddles are just convenient.
The more you know. Well,
But-
you dropped in.
Well, Skurlock was growing impatient. He gave you a week, but he didn't really want to give you a week.
Honestly, I think I feel the same thing with it. I think I feel the same here, actually. So, have the fucking skeletons and be on your fucking way.
Well, that's why I came. I knew you had it.
Oh, at this point, Hicks has completely forgotten to put her scarf and goggles back on. But at this point, she doesn't give a shit. Like, just take the fucking thing and fuck off.
Hmm?
Bye.
Hand over. Holds a hand
I
out.
I quickly find the bag, make sure it's in there. Skeleton. I open the bag. Skeleton and everything still there?
Yep.
Cool. Here you go. Bye.
She takes the bag and opens it and reaches inside and pulls out one of the bones. Looks like a femur, and just holding it, looking it over. Very
Nice
beautiful.
doing business with you.
Hicks kind of falls flat on her bed that she's got, and that's like covered in loads of trinkets that she's stolen throughout her years of thieving.
I'm
Well,
still intrigued. Now you've got it. Can you tell us what it does? Like, as a group. Just intrigued.
because her eyes are pure black, so you can't see her do it. But like from like, you know, when you look up in thought, you can kind of like see like the creases around your eye
Yeah.
look like move in accordance. She's doing that. Well, I could tell you. Little Skurlock would be very sad if I did.
Still a choice you have.
Well,
You are your own being, after all.
there is, of course, the point of I don't care what he thinks.
That is a fine point.
These are demon bones.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
A long dead one, but still. Tales tell that it was used in a sacrifice many, many, many moons ago. But the power of the ritual didn't materialize as was expected. The power instead infused into the skeleton. As such, it can be used to great effect in certain rituals.
What kind of rituals?
Now that would be telling.
Yes, that was why I was asking.
And that's why I'm not telling you. that kind of information is for the very, very well trusted of me and Skurlock.
You're saying we're not trusted?
Of course not. Give me a reason why we should trust you.
We just went toe-to-toe with the Dimmer sisters for this.
Yes, you did, like a little brave soldier. Even smacked the big Hulk on the hand.
And the foot. I think it felt the hand slightly more than the foot.
Well, being fair, you didn't hit it on the foot, it hit you with his foot.
I still hit its foot.
You
Don't
did.
think it did anything to it, but...
She kind of like wanders over to you and just kind of like... just kind of pinches your cheek like a child. He's a brave little soldier.
We can
You
keep
did
a
go
secret.
Hmm?
We can keep it secret if you need it kept
You-
a secret.
You could keep it secret. No doubt you could, but we're not going to be telling you that information.
We're even now, though, right?
No.
Figured
Our
as much.
Our business for the time being is concluded. But Lord Skurlock does like to hold a grudge.
Oh, he does he? Great. Love
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Because
you don't become as powerful a man as him without A, some very powerful friends, and without knowing precisely what he's doing. And holding a grudge is one of those things.
yeah, that figures.
Good for him.
If you don't mind, we'd like to at least rest up a little. You've got what you came for, right?
I have. But I thought we'd sit and have some cake and some tea.
Did you bring cake and tea?
I can get cake and tea.
We'll scowl slightly and go, why do I get the feeling there's a catch to that too?
They always bring devil's food cake. They think it's funny.
It is funny, because nobody likes it.
Yeah, we'll just rest up, thanks. We
So be it.
appreciate the offer, though.
Well, the offer always stands. I'm always
You're
Willing.
always...
and I'm always going to be around.
And we can contact you how? If we
Via
want
Runt.
tea and cake.
Via Runt, or I might just show up again.
I mean, if you could give us some warning, that would be appreciated.
It would be
So-
fun.
I don't think so.
Oh, the pretty one is so mad at me. She kind of saunters toward Hicks.
Hicks will turns around, bearing starts gaping the jaw that she has as a fuck off, please, just fuck off. You got what you want.
She comes
Leave us be.
right up to you and says, "Oh, don't do that, my love. I do find that very attractive." And she kind of traces a finger along your jaw.
Yeah. Those who don't know, it's like almost the draw from like those vampires from Blade,
Yeah, the second Blade film. The
second Blade
Rebirth
film.
Reign.
But her eyes are also as pitch black as our other demon friend. So it's kind of like matching energy here.
Well, I can't be flirting all day. Just kind of straightens herself back up. Now, I must take my leave. I know you're all desperately sad about it. But we'll see you soon when we require something else of you.
Yes.
She just kind of like walks back up to the puddle and just like, well, Toodles, and just disappears through the puddle.
Yeah.
Thunder pushes the door closed and goes to get a mop.
Not having that anymore. And I believe with that, unless there's any discussion or anything like that, or whether you just wish to all leave it with you all nursing your wounds and your almost trauma.
Yep.
Hicks would just go up to Miss and just nuzzle her face onto Mrs. Arm, like.
Yeah.
I have my jaw doing that. Ow. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, less of them, hopefully, in future. For now, anyway.
Yeah.
With that,
A good rest for us all.
Yeah.
a good rest ensues as you go back to smaller crimes for a little while.
Yep.
And get some long needed rest as we fade to black on this little sojourn through Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
Thin.
We heckin' survived it. Just.
You did.
Just.
You did. Two of you got broken ribs.
It's okay, I was only using some of those.
I was able to use my jaws for no reason.
I'm going to move some stuff around. Oh.
Ooh.
Moving things.
Yeah. Because with this, there is an entire page of all the factions in the game
Ooh.
that move up and down in terms of their opinions of you.
And like our allegiances, I suppose. People
allegiances and things like that.
Oh, good.
This is fine.
I'm going
sure
to
people
move some
will
of
enjoy
those.
us.
I said, this isn't like with most of them. It's like that they're not becoming openly hostile towards you yet. But
I mean, I can't imagine the sisters are particularly happy.
no, the sisters aren't happy. Like the sisters don't know that you directly did anything. They don't know that you did it, but they know someone did something. And with enough pestering and asking around, they might be able to find stuff out. And then also, you did kill 2 people, which brings the attention of the Spirit Wardens. Which once again, they don't know that
Who did it?
you did it, but they know that someone killed 2 people in that area. And once again, enough asking around, enough.
Nah,
Think
no
like-
one did anything. Don't worry about
And
it.
then also, in connection to that, the Spirit Wardens are part of the policing force of the city, which includes the Bluecoats, which had some knowledge.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Knowledge was bestowed upon them.
Yes. So yeah, there's a lot of things that move around depending upon
Interesting.
all of the stuff that
Was
happens.
there a something? Was it playbook advancement? You address a challenge, express drives. There was something for like supporting people. Was there, or am I making that up? At the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP instead of mark 2 XP if the item occurred multiple times. Okay. So there's a bit of an XP thing. I assume we're
it's all
not
to
doing
do
that?
with, but we will do that, but we don't need to do it on stream or anything.
Okay. Cool.
Like if we play again, either we'll do it after we finish the stream tonight, or we'll do it the next time we're playing, because whenever that may be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, for now, let me wrap up the stream.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh, Sean said no.
Okay.
Sorry, John.
Okay.
Just gonna sit here in dead silence for the rest of the day,
I'll just look at the camera.
just stare into their souls, John.
I'm making eye contact with you.
Ah,
I was not ready to be perceived.
no.
And
I
he looked
see
at me.
you.
Then he looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him.
And I'm going to say thank you guys in the chat so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know we go live, and a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It really, really does mean a lot to us. It lets us keep doing the things that we're doing. And it lets you keep up with things when we have slightly abnormal schedules, which we do at the moment. And let's not go to the schedule just yet. We're going to go and say that we have a Discord. You can join to chat with us about the games that we're playing and the things that we're doing. We have a YouTube channel that you can go to catch all of the previous episodes, and I believe all of the previous Blades in the Dark is up on the YouTube channel. So if you want to see
All but one of them.
almost all of our Blades in the Dark adventure,
Because last time something went wrong with the first episode of the last group. And so we don't have the first episode, but we have all the rest of them.
we have almost all of the Blades in the Dark that we have done up on the YouTube. You can go over there, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, and you'll get notifications when new videos go live. And there has been some exclusive content on the YouTube recently because Jeff got sent a thing. And I know that he got sent a thing because I sent it to him.
It was a cease and desist.
We also have a website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, that you can go to see all of our things. It's a great way for you to find all of the videos, all of the upcoming streams, all of our FBF podcast network is up on there. What else is there? There's a load of stuff there. Just go and look at it. There's lots of stuff there. And then we are going to go to the schedule because there are some slight changes. It's the end of the month, which means it's a very short list at the moment, and there's some stuff there that needs to be added because I apparently haven't added next month's schedule just yet. But tomorrow night, probably not going to be getting FBF Craft V3 because a bit busy at the moment, and might do a slightly later stream or something along those lines. Those social media links that we've been sharing, they'll be real helpful to let you know when we're doing the thing that we're doing next. tomorrow. On Thursday, I believe that Foxboy is going to be playing some more of his honor mode run on Baldur's Gate 3.
He's still alive so far.
He
Mhm.
is. On Friday, it is The Adventures of the Golden Tooth.
Oh yeah.
So tune in as the group continue to investigate the mysteries around Fandalen. On Sunday, Rime of the Frostmaiden will continue as the group work their shit out in Bryn Shandar, I guess. They're the heroes of the Icewind Dale now. They're still sort of working out what the next steps of that mean, but they have had some big wins in personal quests. Cherish has found Kieran. We've had some big movement in some of their personal storylines, and we'll see what happens next. It's a mystery. Monday, I should be doing some Marvel Midnight Suns next week, and then we'll let you know what happens next week further on in the week later, because I don't know yet.
We're working on it.
We'll work on that and get back to you. But for now, is anybody live? Just in general.
No, nobody's live.
Weirdly, no one in the world is live right now.
Shall we send people over to Spammels or Snowwolfess? Spammels.
He's been working real hard lately.
He's
Good
always
boy.
working real hard. He's a
Yeah, but like
hard-working
real hard. Like he was breaking his voice the other day.
Well, we're going to send you over to Spammels. Go give some love to the Spammily, and we'll see you guys again really, really soon with some more streams. For now, so long. Bye, guys.
Doodle bye.
Bye.